Hello. In this video, I want to look at question 16 on exam 3 review. So the question says, sociologists have found that crime rates are influenced by temperature. In a town of 100,000 people, the crime rate is approximated by C of T is equal to 1/8 times T minus 70 squared plus 90, where capital C is the number of crimes per month and capital T is the average monthly temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. The average temperature for May was 72 degrees Fahrenheit, and by the end of May, the temperature was rising at a rate of 8 degrees Fahrenheit per month. How fast is the crime rate rising at the end of May? Include units. So, the question that we have to ask ourselves is, how fast is the crime rate rising at the end of May? Now, this is asking me crime rate is C, and it's asking how fast. That's little t, if you will. So little t is the time in months. Okay, so if that's the case, then how fast is the crime rate rising? That is asking effectively, dc dt is equal to what? That's what we want to know. dc d little t. Okay, so to do this, we need to go ahead and look at our function. Now, our function has an understood. Actually, is there anything understood there? No, there's not. So the domain is just all real numbers. So we want to know how, if we want to find dc dt, notice that c is a function of capital T, not little t. So I'm going to have to use implicit differentiation here. So the derivative of capital C is just 1. So I'm just left with dc dt, little t here, is equal to, and over here, I have to take the derivative of this. So 2 times 1/8 is 1/4, parentheses, capital T minus 70, close parentheses, raised to the first power, and then times the derivative of the inside. Now, the derivative of the inside is just 1 times dt, dt. Notice that's d capital T, d little t. So it's the derivative of temperature with respect to time there. Good. And the plus 90, well, that 90 just goes away because it becomes 0. So notice that I need to know two things here. I need to know capital T and I need to know dt dt. So capital T is the temperature, the average temperature. The average temperature was 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So capital T is 72. And I also need to know d capital T, d little t. Well, notice that it says the temperature was rising at a rate of 8 degrees Fahrenheit per month. So that would be 8. So d capital T, d little t is 8. So just plug everything in. It means that dc dt here is 1/4 times t is 72 minus 70 times d capital T, d little t is 8. So that's 2. Oops. So that's 2 times 2, that's 4. So dc dt is 4, and what are the units? Well, C is the number of crimes per month. And then T is in months. So the units here are 4 crimes per month, basically. And there we go. That is question 16 for exam 3 review. And that's all for exam 3 review. Have fun.